The naval warfare of the world wars. The history and legacy of the ships, tactics, and battles fought during the Great War and World War II. Written by Charles River editors. Narrated by Jim Walsh. Introduction. World War I, also known in its time as the Great War or the War to End All Wars, was an unprecedented holocaust in terms of its sheer scale. Fought by men who hailed from all corners of the globe, it saw millions of soldiers do battle in brutal assaults of attrition, which dragged on for months with little to no respite. Tens of millions of artillery shells and untold hundreds of millions of rifle and machine gun bullets were fired in a conflict that demonstrated man's capacity to kill each other on a heretofore unprecedented scale. And as always, such a war brought about technological innovation at a rate that made the boom of the Industrial Revolution seem stagnant. Since the Industrial Revolution, arms and material output had increased by orders of magnitude, as had the quality and uniformity of the products. Several developments had already taken place in the years building up to the conflict, stepping stones towards the vast escalation in military innovation, which took place immediately prior to and during World War I. Chief among these was the invention of smokeless gunpowder, which took place concurrently among several powers between 1890 and 1905. This was a crucial development, as it eliminated the literal fog of war, which in vast quantities obscured the battlefield entirely, and on an individual level both gave away the position of marksmen and made it impossible for them to fire accurately unless they moved away from their own smoke cloud. Further innovations included the adoption into service of the first belt-fed machine guns, predecessors of those which would wreak such slaughter in the trenches, and the development of cannon which did not roll backwards after each shot, as 19th-century pieces did, but remained fixed in place. The arms race before the war, and the attempt to break the deadlock of the Western and Eastern fronts by any means possible, changed the face of battle in ways that would have previously been deemed unthinkable. Before 1914, flying machines were objects of public curiosity. The first flights of any account on rotor aircraft had been made less than 5 years before, and were considered to be the province of daredevils and lunatics. By 1918, all the great powers were fielding squadrons of fighting aircraft armed with machine guns and bombs, to say nothing of light reconnaissance planes. Tanks, a common feature on the battlefield by 1918, had not previously existed outside of the realm of science fiction stories written by authors like H.G. Wells. Machine guns had gone from being heavy, cumbersome pieces with elaborate water cooling systems to single-man portable, magazine-fed affairs like the Chochat and the Lewis gun. To these grim innovations were added
Sample complete. Ready to continue?